Hey, Jeremy, how are you today? Mm. Welcome, welcome to the room. How are you on today? Let's see. So we are the only ones here right now. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, let me know. I'm gonna not get started till about 10 minutes after the hour, just to give time for people to come in. And if no one comes in, then we can just work together and I can answer any of your questions that you may have today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today, Jeremy? You can drop it in the chat if you're busy. Great day, great day. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the room. Let me go ahead and put this in here. You add it. No problem. I'm glad that you're listening. Hey, Barton, this is Raquel. My name is Raquel May David. I am your host. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I have everything here. And I did put a notation on here. So what I like to do is to know where everyone is that's coming in the room. So if you are brand new, meaning you have not downloaded Dispute Panda or anything like that, drop a 1 in the chat. If you have Dispute Panda but you haven't used it yet, drop a 2 in the chat. And if you have used the platform, drop a 3 in the chat for me. Okay, you're 1. Wonderful. I love that. We're going to have such a good time today. So we're going to give everyone, I normally start at about 8:10. So as soon as 8:10 hit, if you have any questions, you can come off of mute or write it in the chat. But we're going to get started real quickly at 8:10. If it's just you guys two that are here, we're going to dive in and you guys will be able to ask all the questions in the world. So Barton, you said a 1. Have you done credit repair before or are you brand new to credit repair? Finally got it downloaded, still haven't played around with it yet. My other business has kept me busy. I understand, honey. Brand new, and I'm from South Florida. Okay. Well, I was in Florida for over 13 years. I used to live in the Orlando area and Ocala. So it is definitely lovely to have you here. Jeremy, I know you said you downloaded the platform, but you're new to credit repair as well, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if that's a yes or a 2 if no. Because I cannot remember, darling. Yes, okay. I wanted to make sure. Okay, we're gonna get started shortly. If you guys have any questions, you can let me know. I'm here. Um, I'm glad to know where you guys are because that makes it so much easier when it is time for us to talk about the platform and about credit repair. I'll be able to give you guys way more. Share. See. And okay. like to move this out the way. Let's move it on out the way. All right, Sherry, welcome to the room, my darling. My name is Raquel May David. I am your hostess with the mostest, and my job is to help you become a beast in these credit streets with using the world's most advanced and effective AI credit repair software. So, if you are brand new to credit repair, please drop a one. Brand new, don't have the system, nothing. If you have the system, but you haven't sent anything out, please drop a two. And if you have the system and have mailed out letters, please drop me a three. Ooh, let me know. If anyone has any questions, we do have a few minutes. You can definitely come off of mute, and it'll be my pleasure to answer any questions you have. Once we get started, we are going to dive in to the Dispute Panda platform, what it has to offer, and we are going to go through the whole platform from start to finish. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can definitely get off of mute. We are going to get started in a few minutes. I want to make sure that everyone has time to kind of get in. No questions. Welcome to the room, Ali. Okay, Bart, and I know that you said you're a one. Ali, let me know. Drop a one in the chat if you're brand new to the software, don't even have it yet. Drop a two if you have the software, and drop a three if you have the software and you have used it. Let me know. All right, so we are at the 10 o'clock hour, and you know I like to get started, y'all. Okay, so what we're going to do today on the call is we're going to go over the top three sections that are going to be pivotal when you're using the platform. So I'm going to go over pricing so that you know what that is. I'm also going to go over training, and I'm going to go over contacts. So Prince says one. Okay, Prince, sorry, Ali, are you brand new to credit repair, or have you already been in these credit repair streets? Just so I kind of know verbiage wise, like what to look out for. Hey Katrina, welcome to the room. Carmela, welcome to the room. I'm so happy to have you here. If you guys can drop a one in the chat if you're brand new to credit repair, two if you have the platform, three if you have the platform and you've used it, so that I kind of know where everyone is at. All right. Let me go ahead and take a look. All right. So on today, we are going to cover pricing, training, contacts. After we get through that, I'm actually going to sign up live while you guys are watching. We're going to go into the system. You're going to watch me sign up for the system. I'm going to actually go through all of the options that are involved in the platform itself. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to load a client in, and we're going to walk through actually doing the first round of disputes for any clients. Before I get started, does anyone have any questions, concerns, or comments that you'd like us to review before we get started today? No questions? All right, guys. So we're going to dive in, and we're going to start off with the pricing. Now, as I go through the system, I'm going to try and drop as many gems as I possibly can to help you guys as we're going through the platform together. So don't fret. We're going to take it nice and easy. And if you have any questions, no question is a stupid question. No question is, oh, I should know. Take the time. You have me. It is my pleasure to go ahead and support. For the free platform, I'm here Monday and Wednesday. For the pro, I'm here on Thursday to ask questions about the platform. Okay. So on today, we're going to start off with pricing. Now, one of the things that I love about Dispute Panda is that when they came out with the platform, they came out with a platform that says it's completely free to use. So you have no monthly overhead. So whether you have one client or you have 12, right? You don't have to pay for the monthly platform. You can only pay for just generating the letters. So in order to generate the letters to your clients, and these letters on the free platform would go out to the credit reporting agencies, the top three, and there are also some letters in there that will go out to the secondary bureau, the secondary credit reporting agencies. So the top three are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So for that $17 on either platform, that $17 will generate a set of three letters if your client has derogatory information, invalid information, or anything that could be impacting their credit score showing up on any of those three major credit reporting agencies. And you also get the opportunity that if you go to the pro one, the pro gives you letters to the actual creditors, the difference between the two. So for those that might be new, the credit reporting agencies are the ones that houses your information. It generates a score and gives you that data, but the creditors are like Navy Federal, Wells Fargo, Chase. So the pro gives you a little bit more sauce, a little bit more verbiage for you to go in and attack the profile itself to go ahead and see the massive improvement that you need, because sometimes we know that the credit reporting agencies don't always reach out to the creditors. They will check in-house and they'll play in our faces. So we wanted to give you the opportunity to not get played with in real time. So the pro gives you that ability. Now the pro is at a cost. So you do have an overhead with the pro. It is $197 per month. You do get 14 days for $1, and we do not skimp on anything. So if you're doing the trial period, you get full access to the pro. There's nothing that's capped, right? With the pro, you get a lot of additive features that I'm going to be able to show you once we get into the system. But one of the major things that I love about the pro is you do have the integration. You can make onboarding, and the integration is with, like, if you want to create an onboarding form and link it to your website, it allows you to do that. It stores your contract in there for your client. The other thing that it does is it gives you updates. So if your client score jumps up or if something's deleted, like, you get the ability to see all of that jazz. And I personally love it. So there are some other additives that I'm going to show you guys once we get into the platform when it comes to the pro. I've had people ask, do I need to get the pro right now if it's just me? It's completely up to you. What I am going to do is drop a little gem here. If you guys are repairing your credit for yourself and your family, and you want to have a more aggressive form of letters, then what I would definitely recommend is to go ahead and split up the cost between all of you guys, right? That way it's not necessarily you having to worry about the 197 by itself. You can go to your cousin and be like, yo, I'll fix your credit for $50. Now you have to mail the letters, but I'll fix it for $50. And that way you have some of the money going towards what the overhead is for the actual platform. Completely up to you if you want to do it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I started using this platform. I started training in this platform in September of last year. I did not get the pro for about 6 months into using the platform. I had actually used a platform. I loved it. I was getting results. I want to say at my lowest end, my lowest increase was about 57 points across the board with using the free platform. I did go to the pro because I knew I was going to be training and I wanted to be able to answer questions that are nuanced with the system. And I love the pro. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I love the pro. So you get results either way. The pro just gives you a little bit more additive. And if you guys are doing this as a business, it does give you really dope features that you'll be able to leverage with your clients. And I'm going to show you guys so you can actually see what I'm talking about when I get in. Also, you can pay for the pro for the whole year. You get 2 months off. Okay. And you know, I love me a discount. So I wanted to go ahead and cover that. I'm going to move into the training. We're going to skip pro, calculator, and integration. We'll be able to go into that a little bit later when we get into the system. The training tab. Now, this is pivotal for all the one people who are coming in here and the ones who actually came in a little bit earlier that said, not only am I a one with the system, but I'm one with actually doing credit repair. Y'all can click this free download button and the system is going to give you a step-by-step guide as to what you need to select, what letters you need to select for up to 12 months to dispute your client's profile. So while you're learning how to repair credit, while y'all are learning like the laws, again, I have a mentorship program and we go in and we look at the laws, we go in and we talk about different hacks, and I don't want to say hacks, but different tactics that we can leverage to get our clients the score that they're needing and to get things removed. And we also dive into like, what options do we use when the item is reported correctly, right? And there's nothing else that we can do. What is going to be the next thing? Because letters are only going to work but so long. Now you need to know what you're going to do after the letters or in the interim while your client needs to build, right? So with that being said, thank you, Trina girl. Trina dropped the 3. Hey, Trina Bina. I think I saw the Bonnet Bandit. Welcome. Welcome. I love me the Bonnet Bandit. He's amazing. Um, so with that being said, if you guys are brand new to credit repair and it's like, hey yo, I need to figure out what I'm doing. I don't really know where to start. Well, the system gives you the most effective and efficient attack that is currently live now. And we answered some questions that people had asked before because we had an old guy that had certified mailing and things of that nature. So what we decided to do as a team was, actually Dominique decided to go in and give you guys the method that you can use that doesn't require color letters, doesn't require the letters being mail certified, and tells you at what point are you sending letters to the other secondary credit reporting agencies, and at what point would you jump into a CFPB filing complaint, right? So they're giving you all of the tea and all of the things that you need in order to make massive movements forward when it comes to your clients. So if you're looking and you're like, hey, I need to figure out where I'm going to start, you have 12 full months. Does that mean that you have to do these letters for 12 full months? No, it's possible that that's not even what you're going to have to do depending on what your client's profile looks like. But if you're starting the process and you're wanting to collect some clients and see results, we're giving you the most effective and efficient uh live tested flow that you can leverage. Now, the only thing is on the free version, guys, you will not be able to generate creditor letters at all. That will not be an option. Um, so I wanted you to be aware of that, but you can still use this flow on the free version, whether your client is using Credit Dyno, which is the platform that gives you free disputes when you're using that credit monitoring tool, or if you're using Identity IQ, My Score IQ, or Smart Credit. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump back over here. Any questions on the training tab, guys? There are also videos. So if I'm not here, you can go ahead and jump into the videos and review. We are going to be basically doing this video right here on today. So we're going to go through the plan. But before you scroll down, when you guys go to the training, please click on free download and save this download attack to your file so that you'll be able to execute what you need for your clients or yourself. Okay. The contact tab is where you can go and contact, put anything in there from documents that you're having issues with, rounds, mailing, subscriptions, any account issues you're having. It will automatically go to the info at Dispute Panda team. They are here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am here Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, but they're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What I like to do is give you guys a tool that'll not only help you as it comes to when you're needing tech support, but it will also help you when it comes to your clients. There is a tool that I use by the name of Loom, Loom, and it gives you the ability to, go ahead and okay, it gives you the ability to go ahead and actually record your screen as well as what you have, like your screen, and you can walk through and say, hey, I'm having this issue, I'm having that issue, and they will be able to see, they meaning either your tech support or customer service will actually see what you're viewing on your end. And one of the benefits is that it gives you a shareable link, so what you're able to do is see when someone has watched the video. So a lot of times we put a claim in and we just type everything out, and the person on the back end may not necessarily understand all of what you're saying, or they may not see it on their end because they're looking at it from the developer side and not the consumer side. So with that being said, you have the ability to capture that information, send it to them, and then have the clock start, because normally people get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. You'll be able to track that based on the video being watched. And that's what I do. So I don't even put an explanation, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't put an explanation in anything. I record a video and I send the video link, because sometimes my verbiage may not work, especially when we're talking about people that are in different niche markets, right? I speak on this side and they speak tech. So now you can see what's going on and be able to help. So this is a free platform. You do not have to pay anything at all for that particular platform. And it has been useful for me. I use it to actually send videos to my customers as well. That gives them a recap on what's going on since they've been with us. Welcome to the room, iPhone and Max. I'm so happy to have you here. If you can drop a 1 in the chat if you're brand new, or 2 if you have the platform, and a 3 in the chat if you've already sent out letters. So I kind of know where everyone is at. Okay. Now, if you have general questions, like you want to know about press. Max says he's a 1 and a 3. I love that. Max says I'm a 1, 3. He's a 4. Okay. um, if you have any general questions, want to talk about partnership press or any other items, you can click over to the general questions. You'll be able to put your information in here, and the Credit Dyno team in the back will go ahead and funnel your questions to the appropriate department for them to go ahead and respond. Okay. All right. So any questions on what we've covered so far before we dive into the sign up? Let me know. No questions? All righty. So we are going to go ahead and sign up for free. Last week we spoke about Experian Upload. What questions you got about that, my love? So the statement in the chat was last week we spoke about Experian Uploads. Yep, we did. So for those that, is it ready for purchase? Oh, the actual video? Oh no, but I can I'm actually going to be doing a class. Am I doing it this weekend? No, let me look at my calendar. So for the Wealth Insight Mentorship Community, give me 1 second. I'm gonna check my calendar, y'all, because I like to tell y'all facts. Okay, so next class that will actually be recorded, and I will be going over the uploads, will actually be on the 13th. On that class, I'm gonna be walking through how to do the uploads, and then it will go live for it to be purchased on the Evolved Life Now site. So once it goes live, I will come in here and drop it, or you can, I'll drop the link now. You guys can keep your eyes out for it, but I'm not teaching that class until the 13th to my mentee. So then it'll be my pleasure. And once I finish teaching it to my mentees, it'll be available for repurchase. I think I normally purchase at like $20 or something. So you'll be able to go ahead and get and buy that as a repurchase, and I might put it on sale. So thanks for reminding me. So for those of you guys that were not here last week, I am a company that mail, faxes, and uploads. I do all 3 for my clients. So I do upload to Experian, and it makes it a lot easier for us to do that. If I'm able to get my VA to do a video beforehand, I'll make sure that I have it ready for Wednesday for you to purchase. If I'm able to do that. All right. I'll beat them up for you, friend. I'll find out for you, friend. All right. Any other questions before I move into signing up for the platform? Let me know. All right. Let me go ahead and minimize this here. We're going to go to sign up. All right. All right. So here we go. So when you are signing up for the platform, one of the things that I want to say, oh, wait a minute, it's a new person in the room. Hey, Latoya, welcome to the room. If you can drop a 1 if you are brand new to 2 if you have the platform. 3, if you have the platform and have used it. I would love to know, darling. So welcome to the room. If you guys have any questions, y'all can come off of mute. You can raise your hands. It is my pleasure to engage and make sure that you guys are becoming a beast in these credit streets. Okay. So when you are signing up for the platform, one of the things that I want to advise is that you have to have 2 separate email addresses if you are using this for yourself as well as being the owner. So the owner's email, so for instance, if you don't have a business and my email address is mayraquel@gmail.com, right? That's my personal email address. Let's say you turn around and you go, okay, well, I want to also use the platform. I would have to then create raquelmay@gmail.com because it will not allow me to be an owner and a user at the same time. Okay. Also, if someone is in someone else's platform, just to let you know, the system will know and it will tell you they have to use a different email address. So I like to be upfront so you guys know what's going on when you're going through the system. Now, once you're signing up with the platform, if you're signing up as a person, do not fret about that. It is completely fine for you to sign up as a person. Later on, you can always pull back up to the club and change your designation from it being just a regular account as a personal user that owns the platform to a business, and you guys go, big credit waves at, .com. You can go ahead and do that. That's completely fine. But as we're starting right now, I'm gonna happy days at fake mail. So I'm going to sign up with an email address. Your phone number, however, guys, it can stay the same. So you don't necessarily have to worry about that at all when it comes to your phone number. So if you just want to have one phone number as the user and the owner, you definitely can. I don't know if y'all know, but I am a mother of 4. So that means I like what? Discount. Yeah, I like special offers. I'm also born in February, so I'm nosy and I need to know what's going on. And they give you an option to know when new products are coming out, when special offers are happening. I need to know all the details. So I do choose to enroll into that. You guys definitely do not have to, but you do have to check the box for the terms and conditions. Once you have done so, it will automatically open up to the next page and it will take you to the service agreement. The service agreement is to tell you how you should do business with Dispute Panda and how Dispute Panda intends to do business for you. You scroll through. I'm not going to read it today, but definitely take the time to read it. Once you are done, you end up on the main dashboard. The main dashboard will have this black bar that tells you need to verify your email. Of course, we used a fake email address, so there's nothing for us to verify. But for best practices, you want to verify your information within 24 to 48 hours. Okay. On the main dashboard, the first thing that you're going to see at the very top is where you can search clients. If you have clients in the database, of course I don't, it's not going to pull anyone up right now, but you do need 3 characters in order for the system to pull your clients in. On this main page, it shows you what rounds are there, any missing documentations, and any upcoming birthdays. So you could be like, how you doing? Happy birthday to your clients, okay? If you are looking to make some drip money, I don't know if you guys are aware, I love talking about drip money. How you ain't got to work harder, you got to what? Work smarter. You can go ahead and click on earn free credits. It will take you into the settings, and I tell everyone to sign up for this option. The reason that I tell everyone to sign up for this is because once the system goes live again, if you are a realtor, if you are in the auto industry, like whatever it is that you might be doing, you could literally get an affiliate code. And if someone else says, hey, I'm thinking about starting a credit repair company, I just don't know what system to use, you can give them your referral link. You just click this accept button. Once it goes live again later on this year, you'll be able to get your affiliate link and share it out to everyone that needs to sign up for a credit repair system. You then get paid out for them to come in. So whenever they have a client, whenever they load on there, you get nice little residual funds just from the fact that they signed up under you. Okay. People that sign up under me, I like to give them stuff like letters and like, come meet me in this room. But I'm a little different. Everyone does their stuff differently, but this is a great way that, especially if you're like a realtor, other realtors that are looking to get into the credit repair space and they want to have a system that does not cost them anything, this is a great way that you can get drip money just because they're signing up under your affiliate link. And then you can create a whole movement. I'm all about what? Movement. Now, if you want to upgrade to the to the Dispute Panda Pro, you are able to click this option. We're going to go through what are some of the features in a moment, but that's where you would go to upgrade, and I'll show you one other place. But another place that you can get drip money is by clicking this button here for Credit Dyno. So Credit Dyno is the credit monitoring software that was created to track the data points with Dispute Panda. So what that means is this is like Dispute Panda is Adam and Credit Dyno is Eve, except we're not eating no apples over here. Okay. So so with everything, it goes together and it works as a partnership. And with Credit Dyno, there are some benefits and perks you're going to get. And one of them we're going to go through today. So one of the perks that you do get is when you use Credit Dyno, of course, you get an $8, you get as low as $8 up to $22. You can pick your pricing structure and what your clients get. I personally stayed at the lower tier. Right now, it's $39.99 if someone applies for Credit Dyno outside of your discount code. If it's within your discount code, it actually is only $29.99 for them. You get $8 of that, and you get a $17 credit for them to pull their round the next time. So what that means for you as the person that's working the file is that you now have a free platform and you can generate your letters for free, and you made $8 on the back end. So you're operating in the black instead of operating in the red when it comes to your clients, right? So all you have to simply do is fill out this information. It's going to create you a user link. And on the 1st, the 15th, and 30th, y'all just drop a little link and say, hey, when's the last time you've checked your credit? It gives you an ability for you to just get income that's coming in if you make posts about checking your credit. But I'm going to tell you about why I personally love Credit Dyno. Of course, I get the free disputes every 35 days because my client is using this monitoring software. But most of the other credit monitoring software, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, My Score IQ, that also works with the platform, it only gives you the last 24 months of your client's report. Credit Dyno gives you their full 7-year history. So if that account has 7 years of information on there, we are seeing the full account profile. And that makes a difference when we're going through the consultation call. So if you guys hang in there, you'll see just a snippet of what my consultation conversation looks like to my client so that they can have an understanding of why this is super important. Because sometimes people will have things on their report that says derogatory, but when you're looking at the last 24 months or the last 12 months, it shows that it's on time. And they'll be like, why is this happening? And normally you don't get to see that information until after the credit report has actually come to the client all these months later. So we want to go ahead and shift that from happening from straight out the gate. And this platform gives you the ability to do so. So sign up is free, the free EEE. Okay. So go ahead and sign up, put it in your link tree, put it in your bit.ly, put it like randomly post it and see how many people. I know that there's a lot of people that have a lot of followers or a lot of lurkers. Either way, let them click the button and you can make $8 just because they signed up, right? So let's go ahead and move on to the client tab. So the client tab gives you the ability to see your active clients, your inactive clients, and if you want to import a client, you can import them from another platform. So for all the threes that are in here that may have used a separate platform, you have the ability to come in here and actually hit the lights for me, babe, and actually go ahead and import your clients. If you're having an issue with importing clients, do not fret, y'all. All you have to do is send the CSV files to info@Dispute Panda, and our back office team will go ahead and process the request for you in real time. Okay. If you want to add a new client, we can do it here. And I promise we're going to go over that shortly. The letters tab allows you to see what letters have gone out for your clients. I like to go over the guidelines. So systemically, the system is now generating letters to go out for you. The cutoff time is 12 p.m. PST for same day mail, and it's 12 p.m. If it comes in after 12 p.m., it goes out the next business day. Okay. We want you to know that we want you to follow what's going on with the program as far as when your letters are going out. First class mail is just like you grabbing this. I always drop this stuff. It's just like you grabbing this and putting a stamp on it. That's what first class mail is. You have the ability to do certified letters in the system, but I just want to let you know it's completely up to you how you want to maneuver. I have people ask me all the time, what do I use? If I am traveling, I use the system to mail the letters out for me because my clients' letters have to go out. I'm a 45-day company. So for me, every 45 days, we're doing updates, we're sending videos, we're giving reports, like we're doing all of the things every 45 days. That gives enough time for the letters to go out as well as for the letters to come back to my clients for them to get it over to me. So if there's any additional letters that I want to manually write out, I have the capability of doing so. So if I'm home, I do have three wonderful children. My youngest, I have four children, but only three of them work the business because my youngest will mess up all my stamps. You understand what I'm saying? He will use all my stamps on one letter. So no one is playing with him today. But I do have a team. My family works with me and they do help with disputing and stuff like that. So if I'm home, we can print and stuff ourselves. But if I'm traveling, I leverage the system. It's just a control thing for me. So it's completely up to you. I know that once I get to having like a bunch of clients, I'm going to have to let it go. But right now I'm still okay at 150 clients and I'm still able to do them manually, right? Like myself. So it's completely up to you guys. Any questions on what I've covered so far? Any questions? No questions? All right. The inbox tab. The inbox tab is a pro feature that's in the Safe Client Access portal. So now, once you upgrade to pro, your clients are able to go ahead and log in. They have their own portal and they'll be able to have all this wonderful communication that is safe and secure. And that is a pro feature. So you can send them information, they can send you information. The reports tab is my love, y'all. Hold on. Let me go ahead and move this over here. So the reports tab gives you this amazing benefit where it breaks down the dollars and cents of what you have made, and you can do it within the last month. Not what you've made, but what you've been able to delete. So how much money have you been able to delete in a certain period? You can put custom windows. So if you want over the last month, over the last 12 months, you can put whatever parameters you want in there. It also tells you what your score increase or decrease has been. I know a lot of people like to stay away from the decrease. Y'all vintage people that's been here, okay? My Bonnet Bandit and my Katrina. Y'all know I love to talk about when it drops. I actually just did a video today on my Facebook. I had a gentleman that was gangster and pulled up on me like, my score done dropped since I started with you. And I was like, yeah, because you applied for 4 things, got missed your balance pay down on this account. Like I went through and I was like, oh, by the way, a new collection came on for $2,000. Like I'm able to go ahead and have that conversation. And this gives you amazing content that you'll be able to leverage as well, especially if you're starting with friends and family. But you also can take this information and turn it into a shareable social media share. And I like this because it gives you the ability, like I send it to my clients. So you can do this on the company level, but when you have the pro, you can actually do it on the client level and send it out to them. So they can see in real time, like, hey, here's what you've been able to successfully do this month. I'm so proud of you. Kudos, right? Like a lot of people like encouragement. This is a process. So that's what the reports are. The subscription tab allows you to create payment forms. It allows you to integrate your merchant service. It gives you all of that accessibility for like onboarding forms, payment forms within that platform. So that's what that subscription tab is. And then of course it's the training and the contact us. For those of you guys that are just coming in, I'm going to go over again. Go to the training tab, whether you're on the main platform or you're in the system. Once you get to the training tab, the very first thing that I want you guys to do is click on free download. It is going to open up the guide that's going to give you up to 12 months of dispute letters and how you're going to do it to the primary credit reporting agencies, the top 3, and then all the secondaries. Okay. Well, not all, but the top secondaries as well. All right. Now, if you are wanting to go into your settings to make changes because you're now not doing this just for friends and family, you have now elevated to business and you've jumped to pro and you want to make sure some things are in place. you can either click on the balance tab, or you can click on these three dots right here and click on settings. Once you get into settings, it will go ahead and give you access that you can change the email address. So if you guys change from happydays@fakemail.com to happydaysincredit.com or happyscore.com, you can go ahead and plug that in here. You can also put your photos in. Please be aware that the photo is only applicable when you have the pro. So if you put your photo in here, no one's going to see it, yeah, but you, but that's okay. The organization tab allows you to put your logo, website information, and your contract. If anyone needs a sample contract, please let me know. It'll be my pleasure to go ahead and drop it in the chat so you guys can have it. You could put your service agreement in here. You can edit your service agreement however you need it. If you have team members, so like me, I have my daughter works in the company, my two boys work in the company. My youngest son just helps me go to the post office because he likes lollipops. Um, but you can go ahead and give them their own username, so that way you're not giving out your password. Okay. Someone just messaged that they wanted the contract, so the contract is in the chat for you. All right. So if you're wanting to do that, you can add a team member. You don't have to give your information away. It's completely fine. If you are wanting to do affiliate links, like for instance, you're wanting to use all of them, you can get an affiliate link for Identity IQ, My Score IQ, Smart Credit, whoever, honey. You can get all of them. Okay. When you get that information, what you're able to do is you're able to come back here, and when you're on the pro, you can leave all of them on so your client can make the choice. Or you could be like me and be like, no, ma'am, go sit down. You can only use this one. All right. And you get to save that change. So when the client logs into their dashboard, they'll be able to see their contract. They'll be able to upload their identification, and they'll be able to apply for or sign up for their credit monitoring software all right there once you upgrade to pro. Okay. If you guys are doing, and there are multiple tactics that you can leverage when it comes to credit repair. One of them are the addresses. So the credit reporting agencies have anywhere from 7 to 15 different addresses that you can leverage to send letters to. When you do that, however, if you want to change month to month, you can physically come in here and change the address of what is going to be printed on the letter to send it to the other address for that particular credit bureau. You do not have to do this. It's just giving you the opportunity because some people have different tactics, and we want to make it easier for you to do business. Okay. The billing tab is where you can go ahead and set up your designated payment information. You can also upgrade to the pro, of course, and you can purchase your credits in bulk. So I had someone ask me, well, what is the credits for? So remember, each round, if you're not using Credit Dyno, each month that you would come in for your client to dispute, it's going to cost you $17. So if you're also wanting to print the static letters, and what the static letters are additional letters that go out to LexisNexis, who I call Big Brother in the Sky, and all of the other, like the smaller major credit reporting agencies that house your information as well. You have to have money in your account in order to do that. So today I'll be able to dispute the letters, but because I'm not loading any money in, I will not be able to do the static letters. So you would need to purchase credits in order for the static letters to go through. The static letters are free, but you need to have at least $1 in credit for it to show up. Okay. The minimum amount that you can purchase is $20 in credits. Now, we do have a subscribe and save. So if you're doing this every single month, you can actually come in and do a subscribe and save for $20. You'll get $30 worth of credit, or $60 and you'll get $90 worth of credit. Okay. You would sign up for this. Just to advise, if you sign up to the subscribe and save, that does not mean that you are going to get $20. You're going to get $30 if you put $20 here. The subscribe and save is only for that one-time bill that's happening. If you have to re-up at the middle of the month, you're just getting whatever you put in there for bulk purchases. Okay. The invoice tab is where you can see invoices. You can see what has been paid out for Dispute Panda and any statements. The activity tabs tells you the attacks, any mailings that are set to go out, and any attack credits that need to go through the system. The integration platform allows you to connect to other software. So, for instance, if you want your website that if someone fills out the email list to sign up for your email, they automatically come in as a lead and get put into Dispute Panda. The platform that will be able to speak to one platform and to this one would be Zapier. So, Zapier is actually free for up to 5, they call it zaps, but 5 designations that you tell the system to do. So, for instance, if you want someone to sign up, like I said, for your website, and once they sign up and put that information in, they automatically get put in here as a lead, or they get put into your automation sequence as a lead. So they get that nurturing email. Zapier is what can help you do that. And that's how you're able to connect this platform to an automation platform together, is the Zapier connectability. We already covered the referral tab, which is where you can sign up and get affiliate credits for people signing up under your wonderful dedicated tabs. We have literally gone through all of the settings. Before I dive into loading the clients in, does anyone have any questions, concerns, or comments? Let me know. No questions, guys? All right. Cool. So, before we load the client in, I like to talk about the identification and the proof of address, right? So, as we are going through this program, a lot of times people will get confused about when they should do what. If your driver's license is valid because of the date, but the address is not correct, that driver's license is not valid. Say that again. If your client lived in South Dakota, their driver's license does not expire until 2027, but they now live in Virginia. That is not a valid ID that you want to submit to be included in your rounds of attack or your dispute letters. The goal is to get one name, one address, and one date of birth completed for your client. Everything else, we're looking to get it completely removed. So, with that being said, if the driver's license is not up to date, we are going to move on to something else. If you are utilizing the Social Security card as the proof of identification, do not stress. You do not have to put it under other. There's only 2 required spots that you have to fill out in order for the letters to be generated for the attack flow. Okay. So if your client's driver's license is not valid, use something else. Best rule of thumb when we're going over to the proof of address, if you're using a residential bill, a gas bill, a water bill, a cable bill, a residential phone bill, best practice is to get an updated bill every 60 to 90 days. Because why? The credit reporting agencies like to stall. They love it. And if you give them something that they say, oh, well, we don't know if this is valid right now, trust me, they will eat it up and it will cause delays. And we don't want to have to waste a stall letter and go through the process, right? So what we're going to do is best practices. If you can, instead of getting a residential bill, get the cell phone bill or get a bank statement. Get those 2 things. We can use the address and you're good to go. Any questions on identification or proof of address before we move into the client? Nope. All right, all right. So we're going to click on clients. We're going to click on new client. If you guys have any questions, drop it in the chat or just say, Ayo, I'll be happy to stop talking. Okay. So we're going to load our test client into the system today. The test client that we are loading, I'm going to tell you that we want to fill everything out according to what is starred. So with that being said, we do not need the middle name. We do not need the junior, the third, any of that. That's not necessary. Okay. If they do carry that, let's say they have it on their social security card, or when they apply for things, they really do use the third, the fourth, the fifth, by all means, add it in there. We want to make sure that our client is comfortable, but what is required is first name, last name. Okay. Um, I can't use happy days, so let's use rescore. All right, we're gonna put the phone number in and the last for the social. again, everything needs to be on its dedicated line, guys. If the person has a unit, a suite, a level, a building, you want to go ahead. Bill, should the client black out the account number on the bill? I'm actually going to show you how you can crop it out. They don't have to black anything out at all, but I'll show you how you can crop it out when we get to the next screen. Great question. That's right, because it's none of their business. I like how you think. She said, no, let's crop it out. It's none of their business. You right. 2/11/1981. All right. Now, if I was in the pro version, I would click this button and it will automatically send my clients out access to the portal, send them a wonderful email, be like, hey, girl, hey, this is how you need to sign up. But I got the free and it's free to me. I'm going to hit save and it's going to take me into the documentation tab. So to Miss Hatchett's point, if I'm having a client send me a bill or any documentation, I have the ability to crop and save. Number one, best practice, y'all. Listen, clients will send you a bill with a pass-through notice, with document. That's none of the company's business. Okay. So you're able to crop it all the way down and save just the pieces of information you need. Here's why this is good. Number one, it's none of your business again. But number two, it saves you on the paper that you're using. Because remember, everything's an overhead cost. Like yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, my thing closed out at like, I think yesterday I made like $2,000. But today, okay, your girl had to buy ink. She had to buy paper. She had to buy some more stamps. So that's eating into all of that is overhead, right? Like that's all the cost of doing business. So what I'm not gonna do is go ahead and waste some paper when I can get all three of these items or just driver's license and the proof of address on one particular sheet of paper and we're good to go. So you want to make sure that if your client is using like their ID, but it's on this big old piece of white paper, honey, crop it out. Okay. It doesn't need to be on a page by itself. We can get all three of them letters together in the name of what? Jesus. Okay. So we're going to crop and go. So yes, you do not have to show the account number. You do not have to show any of that. You can literally show just the information that is necessary for them to validate that, look, here's the driver's license that says I live at 1414 Mockingbird Lane. Here's the bill that says I live at 1414 Mockingbird Lane. If you have the social security card, by all means, upload it, dip and do. Okay. Now, once you are done with that, I'm going to take you through the credit report. So if you guys are using Identity IQ or My Score IQ, you have to download the actual report. I had someone else say that the client sent them the report and the client never released the username and password. Y'all, we're in business, okay? So we need to be able to operate well. Like tonight, when I get off the call with you guys, I'll be working 10 clients on tonight. The 10 clients that I'll be working on tonight, I'm going to be working until about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, possibly, depending on if I'm doing any free letters and stuff like that. So it's not going to make sense for me to have to wait for my client's information every single month. That's not going to work. I need to be able to do my work in whatever hours and capacity I can get it done. And with that being said, I need the username and password. So you can store the username and password into this platform as well. So if your client is using Smart Credit, My Score IQ, Identity IQ, you can go ahead and leverage it so you can get everything that you need in real time. So this upload feature is for the My Score IQ and the Identity IQ. This upload text feature is specifically for Smart Credit. If you guys are in the platform and are using Smart Credit, I would ask you not to, but if you are, you have to follow this particular guide. It's right at around, I think 3 or 6 minutes, somewhere like that. I think it's 3 minutes. It shows you the coding that you need to get the HTML code off of the Smart Credit profile. You still want to make sure that you're storing the username and password here because it just makes it easier for when you have the system up and you're working the client. Now, when you are using Credit Dyno for your particular client, you don't have to log into Credit Dyno to refresh the report. Any other credit monitoring softwares, guys, you have to log into that particular credit monitoring software, update the actual report, and then pull the report in here. With Credit Dyno, every single month, I'm just coming in and I'm clicking this one-click import. And if it's after the 35 days, the system is systemically updating the credit report. There's nothing additional I have to do. So that means every 35, well, again, I'm a 45-day company, but if I was operating with you guys, every 35 days, I'm able to come in here, click the one-click import. I earn a free credit, and you only earn a free credit every 35 days. So if you pull the client's report day 30 to day 34, it doesn't matter. You don't get a free report. It's going to charge you. Okay. So that means you don't get that credit of that $17. So as you guys can see right here, it says free attack credit right over here in the corner. So now I'm able to go ahead and process my client's letters. Now here's where the fun starts. Okay. So you're going to scroll up. Some things I want to point out is you're going to see the type of credit monitoring software your client has. So if you forget, it's right at the top. It's going to take you into the disputing tab. The disputing tab is where you're going to go to argue the point of what you need before you tell the system what to attack. So think of the dispute platform, or the dispute tab is telling it where you want it to go. And then the attack is actually pulling that information and creating the letters you need in order to move forward. If your client has inquiries, these are hard inquiries and not soft ones. So the hard inquiries are anything that's impacting your client's profile within the account flow. And what you can do, depending on where you are, you can scroll down. If you guys are scrollers, I'm not a scroller. So if you're using a Windows-based computer, you're going to do Control F. If you're using a Mac, you're going to do Command F. And what you're going to do is start searching to see if any of these inquiries are showing up as open and active credit cards or credit lines. If they are not, you can check them off. So this person has Capital One, not one, but a couple times, and they're both open. I am not going to dispute this Capital One. I'm going to leave it alone because I run the risk that if I dispute it, the account will completely close. We don't want to do that. Okay. So that's one. If you are using, if they have like a Capital One auto loans, you can go ahead and dispute that. If they have a mortgage, you can go ahead and dispute that. They're not going to come and take back the car. They're not going to come back and take back the home. But if you do it on any credit card or credit line, you run the potential of your client's account being closed. That will impact up to 3 of the overall 5. It actually can impact up to 4 of the components that calculate the FICO score. There are 5 sections, right? Payment history, utilization, your age, which is the age, how old is the account, your credit mix, and the last one is your inquiry. So if you close an account, or if you dispute Capital One and they have a Capital One card, or Discover, because I've seen Discover and Capital One both shut them down. If you go ahead and do that, you run the risk of actually having the account completely closed because you disputed the inquiry. So you don't want to do that just for best practices. However, if you go ahead and search and you don't see an open and active credit card or an account, so like this right here says she doesn't have a Citi card, I'm going to check it so that that can be included. And you would do that for every single one that's listed here. If your client has public records such as child support, liens, judgments, the system will automatically select that. Even bankruptcies, it will automatically select that because we know it's impacting the client score in real time. Okay. I want to go ahead and talk about the accounts really quickly. When you see this yellow icon, it was because when the system first came out, the only thing we had was verbiage to dispute and delete. That's the only thing we had. This is what you need to dispute. This is what you need to delete. However, we have shifted and we now have late payment verbiage. Now, the reason why this was showing is because when you click on the eye icon, it's going to take you into some information that I love with this platform. It's going to break down what kind of account it is, what the payment history is, and what the account health is. So first, we're going to go to payment history. Payment history is going to tell you, have they ever been late? If so, when? So for instance, this person for TransUnion, the report's only going back to 2020. For Experian, the report is going back to 2017, and it's saying in 2019 they did have late payments, which is now affecting their payout. Please understand that the payment is 35% of your score, which roughly equates to 192.5 points. So if your client is not paying their bill on time, the more that they're late, the less that they're getting in that one particular section. You need to max out at all. Let me be clear. If you have the right settings for the top 3, you're looking at a 700 credit score just from being in the top 3, which is your payment history, your utilization, and your age, which we're going to cover that in a second. Now, so with this particular one, Equifax only goes back to 2020. So guess what? They're at 100% here. So if I was going to tell the system to generate a letter, I would specifically come back over here and click on just the Experian. Wait, is that what I say, y'all? Yep, I'll click just on the Experian, and the system will only generate a letter for Experian with the late payment verbiage. Okay. If you guys have a late payment letter that you used before, US code 15, whatever, you can put the letter in the system and the system will draft that letter specifically for that account and you can save it. So for those that might be seasoned credit repair consultants and you have letters that may not necessarily be templates, but you know you've gotten them to be used for, or if they are templates and you want to use it, you can include the verbiage here and the system will go ahead and pull it into the letters for you. All you have to do is hit use template and it will go. If you change your mind, you just click remove and that's it. Now, I'm going to go into their Capital One account and we're going to talk real quick. So we're on payment history and I'm looking at this client's profile. Okay. So number one, we are going to talk about the payment history and we're going to talk about the fact that, hey, it's 192.5 points, but then we're going to jump into what I like to talk about, the account health. Account health is telling your clients how they're managing their profile and how the credit reporting agencies are viewing them. Please understand that everyone's out here trying to get higher scores. If you're wanting to get higher scores with the cards that you have now, you have to master the art of how you're paying it back. Your account utilization is worth roughly 165 points. So your client is using anything more than 30%, they are not going to be in the 600 club, period. They're just not. It's not going to be feasible because they do not have enough available credit out there. So they're not getting the max point. If you're wanting to be in the 700 club, your utilization is 20%. If you're wanting to be in the 800 club, your utilization is 10%. How do you cover this? What you would tell your client is, listen, I need you to pull your statement and I need you to look for the statement end date or the statement close date. Based on that date, that is when I need you to start paying. I need you to start paying 2 to 3 days before your statement is about to close. I want everyone to start thinking of the due date as the latest possible day I can make my payment without a late fee being attached, and the statement date to be your true due date that you want to leverage. So for instance, if you make $6,000 a month, you would leave the money in your bank account, you would go ahead and use your credit card, and let's say your statement is about to close on the 8th. Today's the 5th. You would come in today, take the cash that you have in your bank account, pay the credit card, do not use the card until the 9th. And then the credit reporting agency is going to say, oh my gosh, they're using nothing. We're going to give them max points. Right? So it has to be an education on what are the creditors looking for. The creditors want you to have the card and use the card. The credit bureaus or the credit reporting agencies want you to have the card and not use them at all. They want you to leave it alone. Okay. So you have to be able to navigate the waters between the two. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. You can come off of mute or drop it in the chat. It'll be my pleasure to answer. No questions? Okay, guys. So now we're going to hit save filter. Once we hit save filter, it's going to go into the sequence where it's going to allow you to go ahead and start the attack round. If you guys are using this flow, the only thing that we're not going to be able to do on the free platform is the creditor letters. I will show you guys how you can do that so that when you guys upgrade, you have the ability to do that. But the first round is going to be the Punch of Fury, Supreme Boosted, and then we're going to come back in and do the static letters. This first round is going to be in handwritten. You don't handwrite anything. The system has 10 different fonts that it goes through to leverage. This does not have to be sent secure, what they call it, certified mail, and it does not have to be in color. Okay. So you'd come back here, you do start round. You're going to go Punch of Fury. You're going to select handwritten. If you were on the Pro, you would check this button that says Pro only, and it will give you the ability to generate the letters that are going to go to the creditors as well. Please remember, this only works if you're using Credit Dyno along with the Dispute Panda platform. If you're using any other credit monitoring software, even if you're on the Pro, the letters will not generate. Okay. You're going to hit start round and then type confirm, hit start round again, and the system is going to generate the letters for you. If you had the Pro version, it would say attack, and then it would say creditors here. And then I'm going to go back into the system. I'm going to click on static letters because that's what the guide is telling me to do next. I have to do the static letters. And then I'm going to hit handwritten again. I'm going to select handwritten. Best practice, I like to scroll all the way down because the system jumps. So that way I don't lose where I'm going. I'm going to click on factor trust and it will now cap it. So I'll be able to do factor trust, microtel, data X, clarity, Credco, ARS, LCI, Anovis, LexisNexis. These are all the letters that also need to go out. If you are on month 2 for your client or month 3 for your client and the system, and they get the letter back that says, hey, they don't have an account here on after month 1, you just don't select that option when you're doing the next round of disputes. That's literally all you're going to do. But as long as you have at least $1 in the account, you can select start round and the system will go ahead and start the round for you. It's not going to do it because I ain't got no money in here. I ain't got no money. Okay. If I wanted the system to mail the letters out for me, I would select mail out and the system will systemically send the letters out for me in first class. And then I can go ahead and pay for the letters to go out. I have to have money in the bucket for it to do that. And it's telling me it's going to cost me $21.96. Okay. If I don't have $21.96, I just hit close. I add the money. I come back to the client and I send it out. If you guys are like me and control freaks, you're going to select the download all option and you will print out the letters and mail them out. This also gives you the envelopes for the clients. So if you have a printer that can print envelopes for you, you can literally just put the envelopes in there and just it'll generate all the envelopes for you for your client. Okay. And you have literally loaded a client in, completed your first round of disputes, and you are done for 35 days. You don't come back in here for 35 days and you're done. The history tab allows you to see what letters have gone out. Systemically, y'all see I didn't click the download tab, but the system is saying I downloaded it because I did not tell the system to mail it. So there's only 2 designations. It's either going to say download or it's going to say mail. If you want to see the report, you'll know when you did the report. And if you want to see the credit score, you can click on the credit score as well. The invoice tab is for any invoices that you might have for your client. And the notes tab is a specialty notes area. I use this. So for instance, today, my niece helped me with some disputes. And as she was doing the disputes, we had to send some letters to the bankruptcy court. And I also sent some documents to my litigation team. So since I sent documentation to my litigation team, I needed them to know like, hey, I need you to work on this in real time. Right. So it gives me the ability to see what I did last month before I go in there to do something else this month, because there might be something pivotal that I need to know not to touch or to touch. So we've gone over the full platform. Any questions or concerns since we've gone through it, guys? Let me see. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Latoya, how you feeling? Ali, Trina, I know you got this. The Bonnet Bandit, thank you for coming today. I didn't get to see which bonnet you have on today, but it's okay. I'm gonna let you live your best life. Barton, do you have any questions? Is it Karan? What should I do if I received a stall letter after my first attack? So I'm going to give you two options because I don't know where you are in the stall letters. So, okay, you guys can see my screen. So if you have a stall letter and you got the response and it's within the first 15 days, you're going to come here to static letters and you are going to scroll down to where it says stall. You're going to check this box and you're going to put the date that you sent your last dispute. If you have the pro option, you can put in the dispute round that you originally sent out right here. The system will pull the dispute round as well as the stall information letter, and it will put it together and you'll be able to print and mail it out, or you can have the system mail it out for you. If you guys are using the free version, you're going to print out this stall letter, and whichever credit reporting agency gave you that stall information, you're then going to go ahead and attach it to the original dispute and resend it. That's in the first 1 to 15 days. If you are not, if it's outside of that 15-day window, then I would say that you're going to produce this stall letter. I have a different stall letter, but you can produce this stall letter and send it out with your next round. But best practice is you want to respond to the stall that happened in that round one. Like if you get it on Tuesday, you need to send the stall letter out on Wednesday. If you don't send it out right away and it's within that 15-day window, just go on to the next set of letters and just include the stall letters in the beginning. Great question. Um, Toya said, all is well. All is well. I will have to physically see it. I am a hands-on learner. That's right, girl. Come on, be a hands-on learner friend. Um, I can actually drop my mentorship. So if anyone wants to have access to the mentorship, it is $37 a month. We meet a minimum of 2 times a week. Last month, we literally met every single Tuesday. Every single solitary Tuesday we met, and I had an open workroom every Saturday. This month is going to be a little different because I am helping. I do have a DIY platform, so I am including them in my rotation now. So I think this month we have one speaker, but we still have our Saturday meetups. So it's going to be every other Saturday that we meet. You actually get access to my flow that I use, bonus letters that I have where you can get certified and you get to see past recordings as well. I'm trying to tighten that up so it looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So if anyone does want to join the mentorship, my mentorship is partnered with Dispute Panda. So if you have the Dispute Panda platform, we're going through the letters together. If you have questions, because I'm using Dispute Panda to dispute my clients, and then I will be able to walk you through if you need to add any additional tips or tricks to get what it is that you need. Should we recommend the clients to use Credit Dyno instead of Identity IQ? If you are wanting to not have to pay the overhead for the letters, yes. If you want to be able to see what your client's full profile is straight out the gate, yes. And also you have more control because Credit Dyno was built for Dispute Panda. We're in Identity IQ. If their system goes down, there's really nothing that we can do. I personally have switched over completely to Dyno. That is the only option when my clients log into the portal for them to go ahead and register with. Because again, I like free. Free to me, free to you. I like free. Okay. So, and I'm getting $8 on the back end and it's $17. So think about it. If your client is, even if it's for you, if you're only doing it for yourself, you're paying $29.99 for the Credit Dyno, right? And of that, your $17 is credited. So you're not paying for the dispute round and you're making $8. So really, if you're doing it for yourself, it's only really costing you $4 a month, right? Well, $4.99. So to me, I would switch over, but I'm also completely biased because I love this company. So I'm just saying. But yeah, you could definitely leverage that. Any other questions, guys? I love the stall question. And in the mentorship, I do have a separate stall letter that I personally use. I call it my announcement letter. So I actually send that out. So I do things a little bit differently, guys. For me personally, my day one is not I'm sending a round out. So legally in the state of Texas, I am supposed to allow my clients 3 days to go ahead and do what's known as a right of rescission where they can cancel, right? My contract says that they have 5 days to cancel. So for me, the first letter that's going out from my clients on day one is that personal announcement letter, which has the same verbiage as the stall letter. So it actually has that 15 US code, like that information is in the letter, and it's listing all of my clients' addresses and things of that nature. So let's say my client decides that they want to cancel within the first 5 days because my contract gives them a 5 day window. They can cancel. The only thing that I've started to work on is their address and their name. So if they decide to cancel from me, and then in 10 to 15 days, they get this wonderful package from all three credit reporting agencies, as well as the secondary agencies that house their information. Because if they have bankruptcy, there's 7 places I'm sending this same announcement letter to, right? And now they're getting all of that mail back and they're going to be like, wait, Raquel, I need you to help with my credit. Really? It's just a tactic. So for me, I do that personal information letter that goes out first. And then I wait the 5 days and then I send out the dispute letters. I personally do not get stalls like that because of how I do it. Plus, I also have a POA. But personally, that is one of the things that I've been doing for the last like 3 years that I feel has really created that stall letters from not coming back anymore. So in the mentorship, anyone who's in the mentorship, you get the stall letters and you get the personal information letters that I use as announcements. Any other questions, guys? What are the basic costs we should charge our clients starting out? It depends on your venue, your ideal audience, and your area. So, I always tell everyone to do market research. What is your area charge for credit repair? Like when you're looking at hold on, y'all. Okay. When you're looking at trying to do credit repair in your area, like I live in a military town. So my pricing structure has to be different because I'm dealing with the military and a lot of the what you call it, the people them that's not in the military then, right? They live on base or their husbands or spouses or whatever may find them a job on base. So you have to be able to navigate these waters. I don't live in Austin where they do charge a little bit more, and I don't live in Houston. So my pricing structure is going to be different because of that fact, right? So your pricing structure should be contingent on what is your market and what is your demographic. Please be clear that if you're charging lower amounts to be okay, that there might be, people that won't pay on time, that won't be able to access it. So you have to figure that out and then test your competition. Like if you know that you saw a credit repair, like there's a credit repair lady that I love and she is in my head. She's not my competition, but like she's the brand that I would like to be. And I love her aesthetics. I love everything she does. She is not in my town, however, but her content really speaks to me and my core demographic as well. We kind of shared the same demographics. So I do look at her pricing structure and what she offers for me to see, okay, is this something that I can offer to my market as well? But also when you're looking at what you're going to charge, figure out what your overhead is. At a minimum, you want to make sure that the first 5 to 10 clients that you have will cover all of your overhead so that anything else is straight profit when you're going through, just for transparency. So figure out what the cost is. If you're not using the platform, so the platform is free, cool, you don't got to worry about that. What does it cost for your phone number? Are you paying for email? Like all of those things you want to take into consideration when you're looking at you charging your price. So I updated my report by mistake with a client. I updated a report by mistake with a client. Did I ruin my free attack for the next month of credit dyno? If you updated the report, so what I would definitely do before you continue, log into Credit Dyno with their username and password. If if it says refresh date is like within, whenever you did it, then yes. If it's outside of that 35-day window, you will have to pay for the next round of disputes for your client. So if you update the report anytime outside of that 35-day window, you are going to lose the ability to get the free round of attacks. However, what I would say is log into Credit Dino with their username and password to check to see if it refreshed, because sometimes it doesn't. It didn't. So if the numbers changed and the numbers changed, then I'm sorry, big fella, you ain't got no credits. My bad. Let me know. Any other questions, guys? My pleasure. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, my friend, but just check it because it might be good news. Might be good news. Any other questions, guys, before I go stalk my husband? Because he up there talking. I don't know who he's talking to. Okay. Talking up there. So I might have to go bother him. Any questions, concerns, comments? Is it Karan? Let me know if you have any questions. Stream Bean, you good? Bonnet, Bandit, you got any questions? Latoya, thanks for coming. Max, how you doing? What happened if you select an open account on the first attack, but the account didn't close? Can I continue? Yes, you can continue on with the second round. So let me ask a question. You said an open attack. So I dispute open accounts if it has late payments on there. So was it a late payment open account or was it an inquiry you're talking about? But to answer your question, if you didn't mean to select it the first time, every time you go into the system, you have to tell the system what to do. So if it was an inquiry, yeah. Oh, if it didn't close it, you're welcome. The credit gods were on your side. All you do is round 2, just don't select it, and you're good to go. Great questions, darlings. Great questions. It's my pleasure, Max. Barton, do you have any questions? Ali, you have any questions for me? If not, I promise I will stay on here till 9:30 to help anyone that may have any off the line questions or off topic questions. I'm here. Other than that, I'm back on Wednesday. Am I here on Thursday? Yeah, I'm here this Thursday this week. We're going to Atlanta for Invest Fest. So I will be in Atlanta. So that Thursday, I think it's like the 23rd or 24th or something. I won't be here. Oh, my niece made it look so pretty on my calendar, y'all. Any questions, concerns, or comments, let me know. If not, I want to say thank you so much for coming in today. No, I'm going to sign my wife and myself up for your mentorship. Oh, thank you. We are not meeting tomorrow, but we will have an open workroom on Saturday. I'll actually be dropping a Zoom link on Friday as well because I'll be working files. And that way, if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can come in. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it tonight. Every time I see your name, I think of the Judge Hatchet. Every time I see your name. But I love having you here. Thank you for coming in. Toya, it is my pleasure to help you be a beast in these credit streets. If you guys have questions, hiccups, or anything, please feel free to go ahead and pull up all me. It is my pleasure to support. And I like to give you guys tools that can get you to your next step. So I always drop how I do things. I'm going to tell you there's like 1,300 ways to do stuff. I know that this month we were supposed to cover a bankruptcy hack in the mentorship that I use in conjunction with Dispute Panda, but we're moving it to next month because of the fact that I'm traveling. So we are going to have that. Any questions, concerns, or comments, guys, let me know. If not, I'm going to let you go. Look, let me know. It is my pleasure to sit and dip and do with you. Let me go ahead and close this out. So I dropped the contract there, guys. If you have any questions or you need any help, let me know. Otherwise, I will catch you guys on Wednesday. Thank you so much for coming in the room. Bye, guys.